Dr. Iqmal and also our fellow friends. Today I and my partner Mano Kumar are going to present about the modernization in development of infrastructure in Malaysia. So now me myself is Kyubana Wasu and my partner Mano Kumar. So now I'll focus on our theme that we have been selected, which is the development of infrastructure via engineering fields. Engineering fields are quite famous in nowadays. Under engineering field, we have chosen mechanical engineering and also civil engineering as our example for our presentations today. First of all, mechanical engineering field and civil engineering field is one of the fastest growing field in globalization. So we will take these examples for our further presentation. So now I will be taking the mechanical part, and let's see what is mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is a course which widely used in constructions and also aided in infrastructure buildings with collaboration of other courses to development of infrastructures. So, for example, in the study of trusses in the mechanical engineering course, which will be aiding in the construction of bridges and underground tracks. For example, we have the MRT and also always some of the other examples. This is actually the latest MRT Kajang Sungai Buloh line track. This is the map of it. So as we can see, this is one of the highest budget Malaysian construction, which had been aided by the mechanical engineers and also civil engineers in it, from our point of example. And also over here we have the Penang Bridge, and this is also the monorail example of monorail picture, which has been transported through the city of KL. So from here, I'll pass it on to my partner Mano Kumar to give a further explanation of civil engineering course.
Okay, hello guys, how are you all? I hope all of you all are fine. And before I go to my main point on this topic, I would like to ask you all, how many of you all are from civil engineering field? Okay, so quite a lot of number of you all are taking civil engineering course, and I'm pretty sure that you have gone through 2 semesters, which is quite important for you all, and you could have studied all the basic things. So the main point here is one of the fundamental idea in civil engineering field. As you all know, civil engineering is basically about construction. That's the basic thing people have told you all before you all applying into some universities courses. So the fundamental idea of civil engineering based on the constructions is that less cost and more efficiency is the term that we need in civil engineering course. So as you can see, one of the main factor of modernization in the development of infrastructure in our country is because of this fundamental idea. Okay? The first thing that is important on this fundamental idea is that civil engineers need to plan and analyze the cost needed to execute a low budget construction project. As you all can see, constructions project that is planned by the civil engineers nowadays are more to less cost and more efficiency term. As you can see in our next slide, the usage of plastic waste or industrial waste in building of roads is one of the greatest examples we can find in making a project with low budget. Is where it reduces the cost of the construction project through the industrial waste recycling method. What can you all understand from industrial waste recycling method? Any one of you? Okay, I'll explain about it through a video later, but before that I'll give a normal, simple, brief explanation on what is industrial waste recycling method. I'm sure you have all seen some debris and also industrial waste that has been used, is the remaining use of the construction projects. So this industrial waste or even the recycling waste, which is like plastic bottles or papers, is used to make some of the important elements for construction projects such as bricks and also other important things such as the column, the beams and also that sort of things. Next, we will go into a video which you can have a proper example. So, can you all see the modernization in the development of the road constructions, where they use the plastic bottle as one of the important element in construction? And you can see they showed some of the real benefits, where the expectation of the roads is quite longer than the normal roads, and also the reconstruction, if there's any problem, is much quicker compared to the normal roads. So this is one of the proper example, and also a simple example on low cost and more efficiency in order to make a modernization in the development of infrastructure. And let's go to our next point. Okay, our next point is the development of infrastructure nowadays involving efficient fundamental structure that are required for the function of a community or society. This is a message where we can say that development of nowadays infrastructures are more to a basis in order to help the community or the people in rural areas. For example, some of the road construction, some of the building construction, which is much more needed in rural areas compared to urban areas. So this type of construction is made by the civil engineers in order to help the people at the rural areas. One of the best example is the construction of Rawang and Serenda bypass. I'm pretty sure that you all are a bit alert of the construction of Rawang Serenda bypass, but the main thing there, the main important purpose of making this construction is to ease the accessibility of one place to another place. So you guys going to have a proper look on how the construction of the Serenda bypass is going to help the people in rural areas. So as you all can see, the road users in Pulau Sangro will get to enjoy the Serenda bypass, which is quite long, which is 9 km stretch, and I'm sure that it's pretty very long, not a normal ordinary highway. As you all can see, it reduces their travel time during the peak hours, which is much more important thing compared to the urban areas. Okay, and it is the tallest highway in the country, and the beam that they will use, or the column that they use, is one of the tallest columns in Southeast Asia. So, you guys can see the modernization of this development of infrastructure in also rural areas where it benefits a lot of people. And before we jump into a conclusion, there's a short video that I need to show you guys.
From the various fabric of society, the Bandar Malaysia station design is a reinterpretation of the confluence of Klang and Gombak rivers, a symbolic wisdom of unity. Bandar Malaysia Transit-Oriented Development, a center for commercial and recreational activities. This energetic and dynamic hub will be an embodiment of a successful transit-oriented development initiative. Bangi Putrajaya.
So as you all can see, we are building 7 types of stations here, and each station have its own identity. For example, the Bangi Putrajaya station is going to have a station shaped like the dome that you can find in Putrajaya. So this 7 type of station which is going to be built by 2020 is one of the greatest and innovative construction that has been designed by some of the engineers in Malaysia. Thank you.